My mother went to Sidwell Friends as a girl, so it was sort of natural for me to follow on in her footsteps. So I was a kind of a shy kid and, kind of intellectually oriented. Sidwell was the ideal place for me. I was already into physics, reading books about rockets, taking a course in electronics that I then got a summer job in a TV shop doing electronics repairs. All of that with my more or less continuous presence at Sidwell gave me some confidence and optimism that I might not otherwise have had. Once I entered graduate school, it became clear to me that what I wanted to do was what's called high-energy physics. It took me a few years, postdoc at Stanford, to realize that what I was really interested in was this thing called the Higgs boson. What's exciting about the Higgs is that it tells us what the mechanism is by which all elementary particles acquire mass. When I went to SLAC, Stanford Linear Accelerator Center, that was a real eye-opener to me. To be able to actually see experimental evidence for something as abstract but still real as a quark was incredible to me. That's where I really got my introduction to field theory and went on from there. Part of what I learned at Sidwell was how to talk to other people about science. That was what was exciting at SLAC for a theorist, was the other people who were much smarter than you, most probably, but with whom you could interact and from whom you could learn. It was a real revelation to me as to how exciting physics could be. The most exciting part of teaching research was to teach students how to do research. They realize, I can solve this problem. I can actually make a contribution. And at that point, they start teaching you things rather than you're teaching them. This is a wonderful feeling when you can get a student to that stage. I'm not happy just sitting around. I like to be able to challenge myself at all times. I've climbed Kilimanjaro. I went to the base camp of Everest. Overall, I guess I've climbed about 70 14,000 footers. It's the achievement of the goal that's actually the most exciting part. In some sense, it was a natural adjunct to going after very difficult to achieve things in physics. I joke that, in particular, several papers that I wrote cost each of the Large Hadron Collider detectors to spend about $100 million to build the appropriate detectors. The thing that I think of when I get inside the collider, and especially the detector halls, no one person could ever have imagined that you could put something like this together. It's analogous to the space program. It's a miracle. Thousands, in fact, of people working on a single detector, each doing their own part. And of course, the Large Hadron Collider had, huge international participation. The Sakurai Prize was recognition that we had, in fact, outlined the procedure and the approaches necessary to finding the Higgs boson. I wasn't totally brilliant. I was just, very good at what I did. And so I couldn't, just magically come up with results. I had to work hard. So that's a lifetime of perseverance for sure.